Shalom, Mishpaka. Shalom. Let me go ahead and play a song. I did not announce this that I was going live because it's not something that this is my first time doing this, so I'm kind of shy. No, I'm just playing. But the purpose of me coming on live for y'all today, let me turn this down a little bit. This is one of the songs I've done. Okay, so the purpose of me going live right now is to go ahead and, this is like a distraction. Let me go ahead and just turn this way down. This is like a big distraction. But anyhow, you know what? Actually, let me turn it off. So the purpose of me coming live tonight is because I wanted to go ahead and give people a sense of who I am and a little bit of my testimony. My name is Charmin. I'm married. I serve the Most High. So first, let's go ahead and before we start anything, let me give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High, YAHUAH, in the name of His Son, Yeshua, and tell him, thank you, Abba, for all that you do, for saving me, for waking me up to the truth, for not leaving me, in a lie, basically. I woke up probably about in 2015. I was in college. I had taken music. Actually, I wanted to get my bachelor's degree in music, but instead, I did music and I got it in music technology so that I could learn my associate's degree in music. And my dream was to go into gospel music. So after I finished music, I was, got my associates in music. I was supposed to go to university, St. Mary's University, at that point I hadn't decided what university I wanted to go to, but I had to audition in order to get into the bachelor program of in music. So I either had to play the piano or I had to play the violin, or I do play guitar too. So it was one of those, or voice, because I also did voice. And I was like, these little kids, I was in my 40s when I was doing this. And I was like, gosh, these little kids are playing Mozart and Schubert. And I mean, I'm still like, but I can play, I'm just not perfect in my playing. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm like, well, I was still a Christian at the time. So I was like, well, what can I do? So a lot of different colleges were, trying to recruit me. And I mean, these were some really good colleges like Notre Dame, Penn State, all of these different colleges. I mean, some really good schools. And I was thinking to myself, I'm in my 40s, I have kids. Why am I going to go, out of Texas in order to do anything when there are schools here? So I think the only school that I applied to was St. Mary's University here in San Antonio. And I decided to get my bachelor's in theology. At the time, I was thinking to myself, well, if I get my theology degree, then I can go and preach the gospel to the Catholics here and, other people, and I can bring them to Christ. But while I was in school in 2015, I remember standing in my living room of my old home, and I had looked up into my ceiling to the Most High, and I had said, you know what? I want to know everything there is to know about you. I want to know you and your fullness. I mean, I had just told the Most High a lot of things that I wanted to know about him and how he had created the earth and created things. And I was very sincere when I told him this. And all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but, as time went on, and it was very short, I heard and then, something on YouTube, because I was really big into YouTube back then too. And it was somebody who was saying, what did they say? That we were the Israelites. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is blasphemy. So, I didn't want to hear it. But then I stopped and I said, you know what? I'll hear them. I'll open up my mind and I will listen. And so I went ahead and I, listened to the message at that point, and they brought out Deuteronomy 28, and I listened to the message, and to me, I thought to myself, that makes sense. and it just made sense. And I never went back. Period. I don't think I went through angry, the anger that a lot of people went through. I think back then, and somebody, kind of like slapped me because I was like thinking about, gosh, I gave all that money to these churches. And I was like, that was my issue. I was like, oh, I want my money back. These people, I was just really upset about that. But anyhow, long story short, I started researching and realized that we are the people of the book. And I'm praising the Most High that, there's something flying by. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I see it, but I don't see it. But anyhow, I started doing a lot of research and stuff like that. And I discovered that, well, we all do. I discovered that, yes, we are the people of the book. And all praises to the Most High, because to be honest with you, I thought that Yah at the time, that he was the other people's Elohim, period. And that I was just grateful and thankful that I would be able to, go to the kingdom of heaven, after I die. I didn't realize that, there's so much more. So my testimony is that, I've been walking with the Most High since about October of 2015. I have not looked back once. And I have had some setbacks where, I wasn't sure of some things, but I hope y'all can hear me on here, because let me see if I turn up my mic, because I'm just not sure if you can hear me. Touch. Well, let's just hope and pray that I can be heard. But anyhow, I do have a microphone, though. I wonder if I have to talk through here. Come closer to my computer. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the first time I'm doing it like this. So I'll get better as time goes on. But anyhow, that's my testimony. I'm married. I have 5 daughters. I have 5 grandchildren. I have 2 granddaughters and 3 grandsons. And my oldest grandson is 14. I'm not going to say any of my children's names because I don't think, they would want me to do that. And so here we are now. I always wanted to be a singer. I couldn't, I always wanted to be a singer, and I always sang with churches and stuff like that in the past. But I couldn't sing. I honestly could not sing. I could not carry a note. I couldn't sing at all. So it was probably about 2004, 2002, 2004. I'm not sure because it was so long ago. But I remember that, I had sang a song in a talent contest with my sister-in-law, and she can sing. And I had come over to visit my parent-in-laws. My father-in-law had told me that, it is what it is, that my mother-in-law said that I couldn't sing. I was so devastated and so hurt by it. I mean, and embarrassed that I went home and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I asked Yah if he would allow me to be able to sing. And I was real specific and told him how I would like to sing. I told him all kinds of stuff, and I forgot about that prayer. And it was about 3 weeks later after that I was praying, and I was deep in the spirit, and I was just praying and talking to the Most High and crying and stuff. When, to me, I'm going to tell my testimony, and it is what it is. It's the truth. You can believe it or you don't have to believe it, but it's what happened. In the spirit, I felt like I was given something to eat. And after I ate it, I was like, oh my gosh, did I do or say something wrong? Is this of the Most High? And then I'm like, but back then I was saying God. And I was like, but I'm talking to him, and I'm like, I'm, reasoning within myself. And so anyhow, that happened one day. And then the next day, I was praying. That happened. Yeah. Where I felt like I was given something to eat, and I ate it. And then, I think it was later on that evening or the next day. I'm not sure because it was a long time ago, but I started feeling like vibration in my throat. And I was like, wow, I can feel this vibration in my throat. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to go pick up my husband from work. And I asked him, I said, hey, can you hear that vibration in my throat? And he was like, no, but I could feel it and sense it. So I went to bed that night, and when I woke up the next morning, I got up. Every morning I would get up and I would go do praise and worship for about 30 minutes and read my Bible and stuff. So I had put on the song "Now Behold the Lamb" by Kirk Franklin, and as I began to sing, "Now behold," the Lamb, it felt like somebody was pressing on my right here on my abdomen, and it was like it was just pressing in there. And as it was pressing down, I was breathing in deeper, and I was able to sing out. And I knew that something had taken place, that Yah had supernaturally given me a voice to sing, and I had never been able to sing. And I was able to sing a tenor, a soprano, an alto, but I'm more of a mezzo soprano. But if I have to sing deep, as you hear on my song "King of Chess," I do sound a little bit deeper when I sing. But anyhow, so I always wanted to sing gospel. I always sang with people in the church, but the Most High said no. And I praise Yah now that He didn't give me the opportunity to make it into that music industry, because who knows, I don't believe I would have. So I hope I wouldn't have been stupid enough, and that's stupidity. I hope I wouldn't have been stupid enough to actually sell my soul in order to, sing. So I praise Yah that I didn't make it, but I sang with big choirs. I mean, some really big churches, and, with big, big churches, and, Christian celebrities, you know what I mean? So it was fun at the time. Can't lie, it was fun at the time. But I praise Yah that He didn't allow me to succeed there. And, it is what it is. But, I went ahead and I graduated from college. I graduated with my bachelor's in theology and my associates in music technology. I've never used any of those degrees for anything, so really think twice before you actually go to school, if you plan on still going to school. I wouldn't in this society, but you do you. So I always had SoFresh records though, but I didn't have anything to do with it, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I started songwriting as soon as the Most High had blessed me with a voice. I began, writing songs. I joined ASCAP because I did have live performances where, you have to be paid in order to get into ASCAP. They have a lot of requirements, and at the time I met those because I had been a paid musician. And I wrote all of these songs, copyrighted them. And I mean, going way back. And I never did anything with them. I didn't know if y'all was going to use me, See, there's something flying in here. I don't know what that is. It's got to be a moth. But all I have on is just this camera. I'm at this light here with the camera. But anyhow. So I had all these songs, and it seemed like musicians never wanted to give you an opportunity if you aren't known anyhow. So it seemed like nobody really wanted to help. So I was very grateful that the Most High gave me the ability to learn music, produce, and engineer and mix and master. He gave me those talents and things, but I still had nobody. I had no avenue. I had nothing. So, life goes on. I was a flight attendant, all those different things. And, finally at home. And I finally wrote a song right when I became a flight attendant for the last time. I had wrote the song, "The Tribe of Judah," while I was training. And I think I was in Utah. And I recorded it, I think, way back when. And I played it on on Brother Jacob's, the Hebrew internet, the Hebrew network. that Brother Jacob has, and I was so excited by that. And it's a pretty nice song. Right now, it's featured. It's one of the songs on my label, because not on my label, SoFresh Records, but I wanted accountability. You know, where my music is concerned, and I just wanted the accountability. So right now, I'm with my music. You can find it on the Zealots of on the YouTube channel, the Zealots of Israel Southern Kingdom Mafia Family, and they have all of my songs, and they were like the first people to, other than Brother Jacob, who played it on his on Open Line Monday. They were the first people to give me an opportunity to post my music, and they didn't really know anything about me, but they were kind to me. They spoke to my husband and got permission, because that's what we do as Mishpachah and as Israelites. We have to do things in decency and in order, So they took my music and they put it online on their site, and it encouraged me to start doing my music. And so that's where my music is. If you want to hear it, it's of course it's going to be on the YouTube page, the Zealots of Israel Southern Kingdom Mafia Family. That's so cool, right? And that is a pretty cool name. But it's all in honor and glory to our Father, the Most High Yah, the Most High Yahuah, who is our Father. And so being with them, it encouraged me to once again think about what Yah has placed in my hands, which is SoFresh Records, and to utilize it for other people, for other artists, because what is happening in the earth today, it's like the kingdoms and the nations of the earth are falling, but Yasharel is rising. So if Yasharel is rising, then we have a work to do, and we have things that we're supposed to be doing. So my first artist is Aliyah Tavi, and which is amazing. She's been out for quite a long time herself. She's the artist who sings Who is Like You, and she has other songs out as well. And so when she's one of my good friends, so she did agree to come on over here with me at SoFresh. So all praises to the Most High for sending people. And plus, she's a part of my assembly too, so that's another thing. As are Amaziah and Lydia, who sing Your Will on my label. They're all part of my assembly, and I go to Bayit. I always write it down because it's like a tongue twister to me, but it's Bayit Padah Ibrim, the House of the Redeemed. So I'm not very organized with this, because I just decided I was going to go forth and just do this. But anyhow, so those are two artists on my label, and I will be having a few more people come on board, because Elias Husband King, who raps on the song The Promise that Aaliyah has, which is amazing. Her husband is going to be putting out some music, and sorry, I am at home. This is my house, so my family's out there, and that's who you hear. And if you hear dogs barking, I have dogs and a cat, so she might walk up here, and I apologize for that. And Elijah and her husband Amaziah are also on my in my assembly. And let me see, what else could I possibly say that would even be interesting? Well, this is something that I do want to do. I do want to put some thank yous out there. I want to put some thank yous out there to Aaliyah. I want to put thank you out there to Lydia and her husband for agreeing to work with me. I would love to have other brethren and sisters approach me. I'll make sure that I put my email in the description. The only thing that I have to say is, I have to be careful that my daughter's yelling at the cat, so I apologize. But anyhow, I have to be careful because I really do want to honor the Most High. I do represent him. I have to be careful of the things that I say and the things that I do on this side right here, because we're supposed to be lights to the world to bring people towards the Most High. I do have another web channel, YouTube channel. Let me just a moment, y'all, so I can tell them. Baby. So if you can turn it off, I don't know how to do all that yet, so I'm new. Anyhow, it's we have animals, and the animal has made her angry. So, but anyhow, I do want to do some shout outs and some thank yous to Aaliyah and to Amaziah and to Lydia for blessing me with the honor of putting their music out there. And they do have a lot of music that they're going to be placing out there in the future. Also, with King and Amaziah, they're going to collaborate together, and I'm going to get to collaborate with them, do some ad libbing. So that's going to be exciting. And I'm sure Lydia and Aaliyah have some. See, there's something that's flying by. I don't see it with my eye, but I see it on the screen. So what? I don't know. Are they orbs? I don't know, because there's more to this earth than what we see. And well, maybe so, because the camera's up there, and that's where it's got to be flying. But honestly, I don't see anything at all. Nothing. But anyhow, I also want to thank the Zealots for the Zealots Melchizedek Music Group, who are the Southern Kingdom Mafia family, who have me on their label. That's very exciting. I really respect them. Before they even allowed me to really continue with them, they spoke to my husband and got his permission. They're very serious. And so I need to make sure that, I represent them. I represent our Father first and, our Hamashiach. And then, I represent them as well. So I got to make sure that everything is decent and in order. I want to give a shout out to Elder YAHUAH, who is our elder, who is our, mediator who talks for us, and my assembly, because, we put the work in, and all praises to the Most High that he knows what he's doing and he gathers people together. And I think that's, I'm praising the Most High that they're my brethren. I don't have much time, so I'm going to try to get out of here in a moment. I want to thank HebrewConnect.com, HebrewConnect.org, and HebrewConnect.tv, where it's founded by Moray Dwayne. He's in charge of, he's the Moria of Biblical Hebrew Awakening. And he allows me to place music on his channel when I, from the Zealots, because they're musicians and they're singers as well, and they have a lot of people on their label. And I, definitely tell you, please go and check them out if you really want some music that will edify your soul, and it's all to the glory of the Most High Yahuwah. So if you want to check them out, they're here on YouTube. I have a website, well, not a website. I have another YouTube channel called Cry Loud Israel, and the Most High has recently placed it on my heart to go public. And that's why you're seeing me now, because I tried to stay out of the limelight, and I'm still going to stay out of the limelight, but we have to put in the work for the kingdom. So on my other website, on my other YouTube channel, what I'm going to do is, it's our responsibility to make the name of the Most High great once again, correct? So that's going to be what I'm going to focus on over on that channel. And I'm going to just tell the truth. We're Israelites. There's no need to be embarrassed to step out to say the truth about what's going on in the earth. And that the Most High is judging the nations. And I know that this is my label channel, but I'm an Israelite first off. So, you know, and I have to be true to my father, true to the kingdom, true to my brother, and true to myself. So there's a lot of things that are going on in the earth. And so I'll talk about that over there on that channel. But anyhow, um, that's a little bit of my testimony. And so I wanted to put that out there. So when people look here, they'll know what's going on. Now, I did say I wanted to give a little bit of information on my vision. So my vision is to continue on with SoFresh and have artists that want to get their music out, because we didn't have those channels and we didn't have those avenues in the beginning, because we weren't selling our souls to Hashtan, and we're still not going to sell our souls to Hashtan. So we're going to do it for the glory of the Most High. As the world kingdom is falling, Yasharel is rising up. So let's rise up and let's get music out to serve our Elohim and to glorify Him. Hashtan has had his people out there glorifying Him for a long time, and he's falling, and they're falling with him. So let's go ahead and lift our Elohim up. And so that's one of the vision. I want to get other people to come on over to the label. I probably won't be able to have you come into my house, but prayerfully, maybe I can mix master for you and get you on the label, and then you can also go over to the Zealots, because they're really good at what they do, but they're going to be pretty strict too. You better be for real, because they'll be able to know. They'll know if you really love the Most High, and I don't want to be tricked like I've seen other people out there tricked. So I'm not going to do any gangster stuff that's not glorifying the Most High, but as long as you want to lift up the Most High and you're sincere and you've been walking for a little bit, that's not. We'll have to get to know each other. Let's say it. Let's state it that way. Let's put it that way. And we'll have to go into prayer and ask the Most High if it's the right course to take. I think I also want to go ahead and get into doing videography, making music videos for those videos. And I've already spoken to my artists and they've agreed. And I do have, I have experience with that. So that's something that I want to do. So, and my husband has encouraged me to go back producing music again, because I was trying to get away from it and just purchase like my beats from other people who have them, already produced and ready to go. But he's encouraging me as far as copyrights and stuff like that I should probably go back to what I once did before. But anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. You'll probably see me more on my other channel, because I'm going to do what the Most High has placed in my heart. And but I've got to study so that I show my own self approved by the Most High and make sure that those lessons are, going to edify the body. But I want to thank you if you've stayed with me these 30 minutes. I hope you get an idea of who I am. I'm very serious about the Most High. I love Him with all my heart. I'm not going to let anybody come between me and Him. I'd rather be alone, than in a group of people if it's going to separate me from my Yah, because I love Him. It says in the word, those who have a lot to be those who've done a lot and have a lot to be forgiven will definitely love the Most High the most, because He's forgiven them the most. And that's how I feel. We have a good Elohim. We have a good Father. He's kind. I think you'll probably get more of that information on my other channel when I, really give an in-depth of my testimony. But it's a beautiful testimony. Yahuwah has been very kind to me, and He's still kind to me, and I take Him very serious. I love my Father very much, very much. I just really want y'all to know I love Him very much. And I love my brethren as well. And I hope to see more of you, and I hope to get more music out there for you to enjoy. And I hope and pray that you Barak Yahuwah, as Aliyah has stated, Barak Yahuwah, bless Elohim, O my soul, and all that is within me. Shalom, family. And until next time, you take care. And may the Most High bless you.